What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the Across the Cowboys podcast. I am Paul Ryan, and he is Brendan Fergie Smith. Brendan, how are you?
I'm doing, as good as a Cowboy fan can be right now. How
Don't
are
say
you?
you're doing
How are
good,
you
but
doing,
we know
Paul?
you're not.
Yeah. How are you doing, Paul?
I'm all right, sir. I'm all right, man. I can't complain, but we're going to save that for this episode here. Before we get into it, Brendan, where can we find you on Twitter?
You can find me at Brendan_Smith26.
After yesterday's game, Mike has decided to stop being a Cowboys fan. No, in all seriousness, Mike is helping his brother open up a new restaurant, so he can't be here tonight. But make sure to follow him on Twitter at CeeDee Piglet. You can find me on Twitter at Paul_Ryan15. You know, Brendan, it was another embarrassing performance by the defense, and not even Brandon Aubrey could save the Cowboys this time, as the Cowboys got embarrassed by Ben Johnson and the Chicago Bears, 31-14. Even with a double-digit loss, the score doesn't really reflect how poorly the Cowboys played yesterday. Brendan, can the issues with this team be fixed this season?
Oh, no. Not at all. Like, you got to think, we're all excited for Overshown to come back. That's going to help your linebacker core, which is nothing. Your linebacker core is a bunch of nothing. We don't even know what Maurice Liufau really is this year, because we keep hearing he's going to get more playing time. And then he doesn't. Damone Clark is getting playing time over him. And we didn't even think Damone Clark was going to make the roster at the beginning of training camp. So, I don't understand it, but no. They're talking about, let's trade for Trey Hendrickson. Why? Why give up a high premium pick that your guy you're not going to pay? Because the Joneses are not going to pay. Why do it? I'd much rather get young and just hope for the best next year.
I'll admit something embarrassing. It was the first play of the game for the defense. I saw Shepard make that tackle for loss, and before I saw the name on the jersey, I just saw the hair and I said, "There's Liufau," and then I saw the guy and I saw the name. I'm like, "Oh, that's actually not him," but still a good play either way. Yeah, man, I'm not really sure what's going on with that, man. I mean, he's definitely has shown that I don't want to say has a nose for the ball, but just is always making a play, is always run the ball. It doesn't make any sense why he can't get any more playing time. But to the question here, can the issues with this team be fixed this season? No, there's way too many. I mean, I'm excited about what Overshown can bring, of course, getting back to Ron Bland, but it also seems like the injury bug might have bit this team just a little bit too hard this year.
Well, yeah, you're going to think so. Like I said on Twitter earlier today, even with his team completely healthy, this season was already bleak.
Yeah.
Looking at everything. So let's just say everyone's healthy. Land's back, Bland is back, everyone's back. So to fix the ship, you need way better tackle play by both your starters. Of course, Brock Hoffman would be gone if Beebe's back. So running game's good. Your defensive ends need to get some type of pressure, which they had not in 2 games. No one's hurt. So we'll get Clowney back, but no one's hurt. So we've seen our starters for 2 weeks do nothing. Linebacker core, awful. Your DBs are burnt toast, dude. We got lied to because Philly's offense doesn't like to push the ball down the field besides that one chunk play over Elam. We got lied to about these DBs. Deron Bland is good. Diggs, I just don't think he's healthy. I don't want to say he's bad. I can't because I do love Diggs. But, dude. So unless you're going to fix all of that with many, many, many trades where you don't have draft picks till 2030, nah. You can't fix this team.
Yeah, I don't think Diggs is bad by any means. I know I've seen some people online saying that, calling him trash and stuff. It's just I don't think he's fully recovered from last year, like you were saying, maybe not being fully healthy. But it just the problems are just too many, and kind of leading into this next question is firing Matt Eberflus the solution to the defense's problems, or is it more than that?
I would say it's all, but when's the last time that we've had the same defensive coordinator? I feel like just different names and different hair, or with Dan Quinn, lack of hair. Guess what? It's 3rd and 2. Our corners are playing 10 yards off the ball. Why? You can run a stop route, and guess what? You got the first down. You're not trying to stop anything. I don't understand it. Donovan Wilson has not been used well ever, honestly, besides a few games. They're like, oh, hey, he is an in-the-box safety. Let's use him. No, every person just wants to use him deep for some odd reason. I would love to say Eberflus is a Like he fires and guess what? That's smart. He was a Jones hire, obvious. Besides White Cotton, did not make a good staff on the defensive side of the ball. Which honestly I feel bad for Schotty because if you look at the names we have on the offensive side for coaching, dear God, like that's one talented group, and you look at defenses like, dang, you're the Browns. That's what it looks like. So Eberflus, it won't change anything because we'll hire some big name next year. You see his track record, he'll do something. We thought the linebackers were gonna be good because he's a linebacker whisperer. They might be the worst part of our defense.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. So you don't think that Schotty picked Eberflus?
I bet Schotty had a little bit of say in it because you don't think you're getting a former head coach in a DC who's done well. So you're a first-time head coach. You want to do your side of the ball and not think about the defense. Like you don't want to do hey, you're smart. You've been here for a while. You do that. I'm gonna go do my job. So my entire focus is on the offense. I don't even want to think what the defense is doing. So I bet he did have something to say, but also the Cowboys didn't like that they lost Eberflus years ago with Rod Marinelli, and so they were finally able to get back their guy, and of course their guy is bad.
Yeah, in theory, it looked like maybe hiring Matt Eberflus for all the reasons that you mentioned there, with a first-time head coach and everything, being experienced as a head coach and also as a defensive coordinator, that, this hiring might be a good idea. But it's just so odd how bad this has been, how, awful this has turned out for this defense. It's like, I don't understand how we saw these players last year. Of course, we had Micah last year, but we saw some of these players from this team last year performing well under Mike Zimmer. I just don't understand how they're all suddenly so bad this year.
It's all about how Eberflus is not a guy who will adapt to what his team has.
Yeah.
He is okay. So I know you don't work at a 3-tech, but you're running a 3-tech because that's the scheme I need. And all that, he's going to keep running that. It's like we don't think Mozzie's good. Mozzie isn't good. He looked terrible against Chicago. But, this is not a scheme for him. They're wanting him to mix weight and all that stuff. You lost DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons. That's 2 huge losses. But you still have talented edges who aren't showing anything. Did we overhype White Cotton? That is a question. Dante Fowler is terrible. I'm honestly upset because the Cowboys.
No sense, man.
The Cowboys did try, and that's why I'm not Of course, we can bash the Joneses because, like I said, they hired Eberflus and all that, but they did spend money on the biggest contract since Brandon Carr on Dante Fowler. They did actually spend an okay contract, and Dante Fowler has done nothing.
Yeah, I mean, this guy went from 10 sacks to barely being on the field, and like you said, doing nothing. That's again, it's just so head scratching. It's like, I know when after we hired Matt Eberflus, we had Mike on. We were talking about him, just kind of getting his evaluation of what Matt Eberflus can bring to this defense, and everything I remember hearing, it kind of just sounded like he would be the Jason Garrett of the defense, and that's come to fruition this year, but. Even then, man, I just kind of expected more. I just, it's so puzzling to see what this defense has become.
I think Eberflus is just a younger, way better hair version of Mike Nolan. Because this is what this is. Tom Downey on his one of his videos today showed it perfectly. This is legit lining up to be 2020. You lose in a heartbreaking fashion on a primetime game week 1. We remember that's the game where Jalen Ramsey PI'd against Michael Gallup and it wasn't called. Yep. Then you barely win against the Falcons, in that crazy game. And then you get destroyed in week 3. Like I said off show, I feel so bad for Dak. He doesn't deserve this.
He definitely deserves better. I asked you about potentially trading Dak, of course, being hypothetical. I posted that question on Twitter about him going to the Falcons. So I'm curious to hear any feedback if we get any. But I know that we have a difference of opinion on that, but we will maybe save that conversation for another day. Does the poor defense fall completely on Eberflus, or is it time to start holding the players more accountable than we have?
No, it's both. So Nealand, you want to see more because he's a second-year guy, but he was more of the run-setting edge, which he has done well. The run defense has been good. We completely
Improved.
switched. We've completely switched what our defense has been the past 4 years. We can't
Yeah.
stop the run at all, but we can stop the pass. Dude, we can stop the run. We held
Yeah.
Saquon to 60 yards. We hold Scattaboo like not great. He had some good runs, but nothing great.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also why everyone's like, well, if Micah was here, this wouldn't be happening. They'd just be beating us in a different way. Like, that's what's happening. Kenny Clark is
Not
now your
even
best.
Micah can save this team, man.
No, you would need Micah and Kenny Clark. And also, the funniest thing is, guess what? You could have made that trade. You could have made the trade for Kenny Clark and kept Micah. I'm not gonna say anything more than that. But like everyone's like, oh, Micah would have done this. I'm like, no, he wouldn't have. And I'm not saying because Micah's not uber talented. He is. Okay, cool. They triple team him. You still get no pass rush from Dante Fowler, and then they run it on you because it would be Osa, Solomon Thomas, and Mozzie. Those would be your 3. And ew. That's all I can say about that.
Crazy to think that maybe even just having Micah and then having Deron Bland and Overshown, just having those 3 pieces with this defense still wouldn't be enough, and they could still be just potentially historically bad. That doesn't make any sense.
So, you remember that one play against the Giants? Micah played corner.
Oh
we would need Micah to be doing that 90% of the time, other than rushing the passer. For this defense to learn anything.
Week 1, his rookie year against the Buccaneers, he was trying to guard Gronkowski on what ended up being a touchdown catch, but the fact that he was keeping up with him was still impressive nonetheless. We miss you, Micah. I'm terrified of what's to come in Week 4, man.
Terrence Steele is going to be a turnstile, and so will Tyler Guyton. Your tackles are bad.
On G-Bag Nation, they were talking about Brian Brosh was talking about maybe it might be Nate Thomas time.
Terrence Steele is bad. Tyler Guyton, whenever he gets beat, it's bad. It's the worst I've seen. He'll have some good reps. Like, he is better than what he was last year. But also that bar is extremely low. Extremely, extremely low. And now you lose Booker. So now you have Tyler Smith. That is your offensive lineman, and that's all you have. That's insanely terrible.
And just in the blink of an eye, man, we went from having playoff hopes to like potentially picking top 5 or even top 3, man.
With Dak, I don't think it's gonna be that bad, but it's gonna be close.
I'm not even sure Dak could save this team. He couldn't save that 2020 team. I know we didn't get to see him in full, that full season of Dak, but I just don't think.
I think we get 6. I think we can get 6 or 7 wins off of Dak alone.
See, man. We shall see. Do you have more confidence in the pass rush or the coverage getting better?
I'm going to say pass rush because of Jadeveon Clowney, but my answer is neither. But I'm going to say pass rush because you actually added someone.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. When I was thinking about this question, I didn't think about Clowney, so you bring up a good point there. I actually said just Deron Bland, only for the simple fact that we've seen what he can do. We've seen what type of player that he is, so I just don't think that I hope the coverage can't get any worse. But yeah, I'm going with the coverage.
Well, guess what? Then they won't throw it Bland, and then Kyer Elam gets beat for 200 yards.
God, what happened? I don't know what happened from training camp, Kyer to real season, but totally different person. It looks like.
Or he's just the same guy we saw in Buffalo.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, man, just such a weird occurrence of things to happen here. How much blame does the offense deserve for losing that game yesterday? Or I'm sorry, are we at Deron Bland and DeMarvion Overshown away from turning this defense around?
Oh no, nowhere near, nowhere near. I love Overshown. Bland deservedly got paid. No, not at all.
How many wins do you think that they add to this team? Though, do you think? I know you mentioned that Dak can get us to 6 or 7, but of course, Dak and then the addition of them back to this defense, still 6 or 7.
Yeah. They'll be making it more entertaining because Overshown's such a fun player to watch. But like, I with how this season's going, unless they somehow turn things around, which it's the NFL, anything can happen.
Anything can happen, yeah.
Like, you don't let Overshown touch the field until you know he's over 100% ready. Like, I don't want to I'm like 90, 95. No, you're sitting then. I don't want you playing this week. I don't want you playing the Chiefs. You're playing when you're 100%. This is not the year to okay, let's see what Overshown really has. No.
Yeah. He is definitely a game-changing player, but we need about 3 or 4 game-changing players for this defense, it seems.
Yeah. Yeah.
How much blame does the offense deserve for losing that game?
That's such a tough thing with CeeDee Lamb going out in the first quarter. Because, Javonte Williams, other than that fumble, he was averaging, was it 7 yards a carry or was it 10 yards a carry? It was one of those two. So Javonte, other than that, looked great. Dak was at one point 31 for 34 with an interception because it went through Pickens' hand. Dude, Pickens needs to step it up but after that, Jake Ferguson looked great because, oh my gosh, his wiggle is gone. He was asked to chip block, and he was just check down. He didn't do seam shot. Every time he caught the ball, the linebacker or safety was on him immediately. Of course, before injury, he could have made someone miss because that's what he was. But, asking a player who caught the ball 13 times, where's the wiggle? What are you talking about? What? It's so tough. The offensive line is bad. Getting away from the run game, mainly in the red zone, Dak's second interception.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? You have Javonte Williams, who's playing out of his mind. Honestly, the Jones be oh, we knew this. That's why we signed him. Shut up. No, you didn't. No one had this. You were hoping for maybe a 3.5 yards per carry back, who can maybe just take the load off from your rookies. That's what you were hoping for. Not a guy who's legit. Who could win you a game with how bad your offensive line is right now? I'm scared for the run game, but Devontae's look good, so the offense deserves blame, but it's hard to say how much just because all the injuries and just also poor play calls.
Yeah, so the offense. You could even just say add the offensive coaching staff to that. How much blame do you think they have if you were to include the coaching staff?
I still say it's 70% the defense. Because that's bad. But like I've said before, I feel like the defensive coordinator is always the same. We get beat on motion plays. We get beat on play action. Same time, different name. Because I remember the clip came out. Ben Johnson's yeah, we watched film. We knew there were susceptible. No crap, dude. Every year we are. 2023, man, that defense was great. We're still getting bent over when it comes to play actions and double route
directions. And,
yeah. We've never not done bad against that. So I don't know why everyone's oh my gosh, it's so different. I'm no, it's not. We're bad, and we've always been bad at that. So it's 70-30. Offense deserves blame. Everyone who doesn't blame the offense is dumb. But then trying to say, oh my gosh, Dak and them couldn't have elevated. I'm you were down 21, man, and you go.
Yeah, I was just kind of looking at not blaming Dak by any means, but getting the ball taken away from you in the middle of a play, of course, referring to Javonte there, and then Pickens having the ball bounce off of him, and then, Dak having to force something, create something, make something happen in the end zone. Just 2 picks in the end zone, one coming from Dak and then one coming from Joe Milton. I just feel like the offense deserves some blame, but yeah, that's not even including the coaching staff, which I think deserves some blame too. But you can only really do so much as an offense when you're down that much in the second half and your defense is playing that bad. So your hands are kind of tied. But I thought that I didn't really feel like I saw a lot of people talking about maybe the offense's poor performance in the second half, and something we'll talk about a little bit more, which I found a bit surprising. But does losing Lamb have the same impact on the offense as losing Micah has on the defense?
Yeah. Pickens is a really good receiver, really good. All the attention's on the 88. All of the attention is on 88. Come on. That's not even a question. CeeDee Lamb is the focal point of the offense. We're talking about running the ball more. CeeDee Lamb is the guy who gets the ball the most. You go, I guess for the offense, shares wise, CeeDee, Javonte. Honestly, I guess Ferg wise, if you're wanting this whole share, and then Pickens. So losing CeeDee Lamb, Pickens is now your number 1, which he's been a number 1, but everyone believes, I believe, he's a great number 2. And you got Pickens, so it means they're going to load the box now because they know you're going to try to run the ball, which is going to be a big problem. And then they're gonna sit on Ferg and is gonna watch a go route to Pickens, and that's your offense.
Yeah, it's just I was saying that we've seen how easy it is to take Pickens out of games, and our other receivers outside of Turpin don't offer much in the playmaking department. So yeah, losing Lamb has as much impact, if maybe dare I say even a little bit more, just because of this offense has really revolved around Lamb for the most part these last couple of seasons.
Yeah, and the person who will be perpetually on Brendan's bashing the rest of the year is Jalen Tolbert, and he's now your wide receiver too. Oh boy, did anyone else watch that drag route he jogged? I could have ran a better route just by putting more effort in, and I'm not an athlete at all, not like nowhere near.
I wonder if Flournoy might get some more run.
He had a good catch. He had a good catch against them. I need Mingo. We don't even know what Mingo truly is, honestly. We really don't. And I don't care. I feel like he's a need right now. It's not like, oh, I wonder what he can do. No, I need to see what he can do.
Tolbert needs to go to wide ability.
Oh, Tolbert needs to go to wide receiver 5. Lamb, Turpin, Pickens, Mingo. Those needs to be your 4.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How confident are you in Pickens as the wide receiver 1 while Lamb is out?
It depends on how long he's out. I think this is all going to lean more on Javonte Williams than anything. I think it's going to be him and Miles Sanders getting the ball 15 to 20% more than what they have been, because they're going to have to ground and pound. Like that's what their offense, like we talked about it all offseason. That's what like Schotty wants to do. We want to be a physical team. Now you have to. But the problem is you have to with a completely banged up offensive line. You lost your center, you lost your right guard, and your tackles are Terrence Steele's still a good run blocker, but like your tackles aren't playing well. So you have to run it behind Tyler Smith every play. I hate it because this is the best run scheme I've ever seen for Dallas ever in my time watching the Cowboys football. Like, if you don't have an uber talented running back, I have not seen a good run game at all. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
The pulls, the motion, like you're going like, this is it. We have the most efficient run game in the league. Would you have laughed in my face if I said that's what we were going to have this offseason? You'd be okay, whatever. Kind of throw the ball 400 times.
Yeah, thinking about who you have in the backfield.
Yeah, you're like, okay. Clay Adams is the best.
Yeah, I wonder now though with Lamb, being out for a little while, if maybe they'll activate Jadon Blue just to give us a little bit more of explosive playmaking potential.
I gotta know what's going on with him. Mike brought up a great point last week that he's never been good in pass pro, which is with how bad your tackles are, you need your running backs to be able to be there and be physical. So I completely understand that, and all credit to Mike for saying that. But like, is he that bad at practice? Is he just like in meetings, like they're asking him questions and he goes, I don't know. Like I gotta hear some clarification of what's going on. Because like you now have Turpin as your big play guy. Of course, Pickens can be, but we've only been using for now intermediate routes. So you want explosive plays, get Jaden Blue out there. You gotta be like, oh, he's the worst. Is what we heard in the offseason true with him not being that good of like a student of the game from what we heard from like former coaches or whatever? I don't know. I need someone to go, hey, we've heard behind closed doors, Jaden Blue's not. Because then guess what? That makes Schotty look less bad if Jaden Blue is just like not getting it compared to like, oh, whatever he can do. I bet he's doing this. And then Schotty goes, no, he's not going to play.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird situation for sure there. Hopefully it's just like what Mike said, that the tackles are so bad you don't want to take a chance of, maybe hurting Jadon Blue, and also his inability to, or, that he's still not very good in pass pro, so maybe that's why too. But hopefully it's one of those two things, and maybe it's just not that he's not picking up the playbook, or that he's just, not learning.
Hopefully. That sounds terrible to root for a player, like root against a player like that, but like, I want the coaching staff to not be inept, at least on the offensive side of the ball. I don't care what happens on the defensive side of the ball anymore. So
it's kind of hopeless for the defensive side of the ball at this point, I think.
Yeah. Also, it really goes to show Al Harris is missed.
Oh my God.
Al Harris is desperately missed because these DPs are terrible.
So bad. How confident are you in Pickens as the wide receiver one while Lamb is out?
50-50. He's going to need the ball more, so I feel like he's going to throw less temper tantrums. But like I said, what we've seen, he's a high-end 2. Like, he's T. Higgins level number 2.
Yeah.
And that's why I think he should be in the NFL. Like, the Steelers had no weapons, so you had to throw Pickens the ball. Like, that makes sense. But we actually have stuff. We also have a quarterback. I got to see what his, like, mental fortitude is with this. He crashed out, honestly, rightfully so, on the sideline when he had that interception go through his hands and all that. But, like, so I think it's 50-50 for me right now. The Packers, we're still going to lose. But, like, he could be, oh, wow, he had 110 yards on 8 catches. And you go, okay, hey, I think we actually have something as a potential wide receiver one, like, replacement for Lamb for a little bit.
I can appreciate the emotion, wanting to be good and to play well and stuff like that. That's kind of what we heard about the type of person that he is. That's his personality. But I think Pickens has the talent to be a number one. But, as we've seen his emotions get the best of him, and he's real quick to check out of games. I'm not as confident as I'd like to be in him as a wide receiver one.
The problem is the passing game, all the attention's going to him now. Because
Exactly,
you respect you respect Jalen Tolbert? No, not even this fan base does.
Yeah.
Jake Ferguson is going to be blocking most of the time to help out your poor tackle play, and then Turpin's your speed guy. So you have one deep safety guarding Turpin's go routes and crossers and stuff. Okay, cool. You got it. You're done.
Yeah, I mean, I wish, we've seen some glimpses of what Turpin can do for this offense and what he's able to do as when he gets more opportunities as a receiver. I'm hoping that we get to see more of that. I'm not sure it'll happen this week against Green Bay, but I just don't think we've seen enough from him to, like, think that he'll be considered a threat when teams are going to, like, game plan against Dallas in the next couple of weeks.
I don't think the Cowboys' offense is ever going to be respected, even with Lamb, because your offense is going to score. Caleb Williams had his first career game ever not getting sacked. And he's been one of the leaders in sacks. He holds the ball too long. He's doing this. He could yesterday because he didn't have to do anything. And then you also have their Braxton Jones, I think that's their left tackle's name, who is leading the team and giving up pressures. He gave up 0. Like,
sickening, man.
Yeah.
I just, man, I don't know. I expected more from Azaraka, not to go on a more defensive rant, but I know that, like you mentioned, Nealon is more of a run-stopping guy, but even he hasn't really been getting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. It's just to get no pressure on the quarterbacks in an entire game from your defensive ends, that's just unheard of, man.
I don't understand why we're not blitzing more. I know your DBs are bad, but guess what? What was the one time our defense looked good against Philly? When we started blitzing.
Mm-hmm.
What is the only times Russell Wilson, it's really funny, Russell Wilson has 4 touchdowns on the year, all against Dallas.
Yeah.
Whatever, the one time Russell Wilson didn't look that great, blitzing. Guess what? If your pass rush isn't getting there, send other people. We've seen him do it. He talked about all that shit. He's like, at one point, I'm sending everyone. Your defense doesn't do anything anyway. Try. I want to see this effort to be put in instead of saying cover 2 or man. They ran man coverage, got tossed, and all that. I'm saying, like I just want to see something a little bit creative. You're running the most simple defense in the league, and that's why you're getting burnt to hell.
You deserve what you get so far. It's like you were mentioning the Giants game with Russell Wilson. They scored 6 points one week and then 37 on us, and then they get held to, was it 6 again, or what did they have last night? 12?
I think 9. I think 9.
Just absolutely crazy. After 3 weeks, have Schotty and the offense met your expectations?
They've exceeded it.
That's fair.
Of course, I didn't have much expectations for Schotty, but for on the offense side of the ball, because like I said at the beginning of the show, like he is focusing on there. He's like that's him. He's the bona fide offensive coordinator who's also the head coach. Like that's what they're doing. This run scheme is beautiful. I love it. There's running motion so much. We are done it less and less, which is kind of annoying. But like, I feel like he's a first-year head coach, first-time ever head coach. He's kind of now coaching scared because he's like, shit, things aren't working. My defense isn't doing well. I just gotta hope this works.
Yeah.
So if we have confident Schottenheimer back, it'd be great. But they've easily exceeded, like I said, best run game I've ever seen. Motion. Schottenheimer's actually calling timeouts and all that, which Mike McCarthy never did. It's just like I've seen improvements.
Yeah, definitely. It's. I feel like it's been a little bit of a mixed bag and hard to evaluate. They've shown that they can move the ball at will sometimes, but we've seen the costly turnovers in the red zone and being forced to throw the ball, be one-dimensional at times has made things look worse than they are. I've been happy overall, but it's just not scoring in the second half of 2 games is strange.
Like I said, I think he gets too in his head. He's like, because we let go of the run game. Like in Philly, you're down by 4. You run the ball. Like you've been doing it well. Run the ball. That's all. Like I'm not saying that's all you need to do, but like mix and match so they don't think, oh, CeeDee Lamb's running a post route here or he's running a comeback. I don't know what he's doing because I have to look at the quarterback and see if he's handing the ball off. Multiple times now. Like I said, Javonte Williams looks good. Actually, you know what? More than anything, Javonte Williams has by far exceeded my expectations. More than honestly any player could have. I thought he was just going to be a meh back. He'll get you like 600 to 750 yards. And you go, cool. It's whatever. Dude, he looks good. He looks pissed off and dominant.
I mean, he's had some like big plays where you're like, wow, man, I was not expecting any of this.
Dude, he trucked a dude's soul. And then he stiff-armed a guy out of bounds. I'm like, oh, okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. He's definitely had some exciting plays, man. Like you've mentioned a couple of times on the episode so far. The run game has been a pleasant surprise. Overall, I mean, I've been happy with the offense, like I said, but that was just one nugget that I found strange. What do you expect from our offense with Lamb, Cooper Beebe, and now Tyler Booker all expected to miss significant time?
More basic. Run of the mill. You're gonna be running inside zone a lot. I think hopefully our offense still stays a little bit creative, but now you have offensive line that haven't been able to communicate. You have Brock Hoffman, who doesn't look good. He looks like he's just trying to be an asshole on the field, which doesn't do anything. I know that's what he's known for. And he had one good game against Dexter Lawrence because he just got under his skin. Brock Hoffman's not good. And so with how bad your offensive is, it's going to be check downs, maybe 1 to 2 chunk plays a game, unless your running game breaks one.
Yeah, in my notes here, it's like I'm glad that Bass and Hoffman have experience playing next to each other, but with how bad Guyton and Steele have looked in pass protection, I'm worried our offense won't score more than 2 touchdowns a game, and we'll have issues moving the ball.
I'm scared that we're talking about how good Javonte is.
Yeah.
That we're now just going to wear him down. Like that's what's going to happen because he's going to get the ball so much more. We say that Dak's still going to throw 45 times against Green Bay because our defense is turnstiles.
Forcing him to.
Yeah. So I just don't want Javonte. I'm having so much fun rooting for him because I spent so much last year bashing him because of what he did for fantasy for me and all that. So like I'm having fun going, dude, that's a good run. That's a great run. And you go,
yeah.
It's much more fun to root than go, damn, that sucks. And if he gets hurt, I've seen too many lower leg injuries, and then you think about Javonte's history. I almost go, can Javonte not play? Just for him as a human being, can he just not? Everyone's leg is just going bad.
For his own well-being, yeah.
Yeah.
When do you see the Cowboys winning their next game?
That's such a good question, Paul. After losing to Chicago and barely beating the Giants, my guess is as good as yours. But I'm going to say Carolina. I don't think that the Jets. I think the Jets can beat us. And the Packers, I might be looking at that game. Of course, I'm going to watch it so I can talk on the podcast.
Obviously,
That's why I'm watching the game. I'm not watching it for enjoyment. I'm legit watching so I can make sure I can talk to y'all about it. That's it. So I think the Panthers.
Yeah, I said I think our next victory will be Week 9 against the Cardinals, and I'm not even that confident in that game because their defense looks pretty legit.
Dude, I have to go that long without a win. I have to go that long without. There's no way Dak allows that.
I thought you were going to say the Jets, to be honest.
They barely. Like, I know the Buccaneers. I've played 3 close games, which if I was a Buccaneers fan, my heart would be able to handle it. They did run at get really close at beating them. The Buccaneers are a good team, so
and that was without Justin Fields too.
I don't think Justin Fields is good.
I don't think so either, but I'm just saying I think he will do more for an offense than maybe what Tyrod Taylor do. But Tyrod Taylor is going to do a lot more for the passing offense.
No, Justin Fields and Jaden Daniels running the ball is going to be really hard to watch because you go, okay, cool. There's no one open, and he's running for 15. And that. And then all the DBs are going to focus on the QB running post route. And you go, okay, cool. We're down by 14.
Yeah, Justin Fields is going to be able to hit that shot a few times, unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, Brendan, here we are. Brendan's bashing. What do we got for us?
It's the defense. Like I said, it's not even Brendan's bad. It's of course, I will sometimes get mad at effort with Tolbert, but I'm tired of complaining about that. Yeah. It's to me is this Brendan's annoyance that's sadness now? Because it's the full spectrum of anger and accept. I'm at acceptance already. I'm already it's what it is. That's what this team is gonna be. We're 2020. We're the 2020 Cowboys where there's no pandemic going on. It's just bad. There's about communication was fixed. Communication was not fixed. You have DBs looking in the backfield. Malik Hooker is your free safety. I want him playing as a free safety. I want him guarding the pass no matter what. You saw on the flea flicker he ran down. I don't care. If your free safety is making a tackle in the run game, many bad things have happened. So I don't the communication's wrong. Your defense doesn't look like they care. And now you're making your offense go into a whole crap. Brendan's bashing isn't going to be long this week because it's the same complaint every time. We talk about Eberflus, Eberflus is the wrong hire. But even guess what? That all goes back to the Joneses because this was their comfort hire with Schottenheimer. Shocker. We talk about this problem. It goes to this problem. And it somehow just makes its way to the top. Every time. And here we are.
Do you think that Eberflus is going to make it through the entire season?
Yes. If Mike Nolan can make it through the entire season, anyone can. Also, that means the Cowboys are admitting failure. I would like for them to trade away some pieces. Yeah. Honestly, because I would like to sell.
No, I mean, I was going to add that to the show, to be totally honest. But I'm I feel like it might be too early to have that discussion, but it's not too early to have that thought because I'm Fowler could be somebody who we could trade away. I don't know. I mean, there's a couple of guys. I don't know if anybody would want Fowler outside of Dan Quinn, but I wouldn't mind getting a 5th round pick back.
You're trading away people who are on 1-year contracts like him, Sam Williams.
Exactly.
There's one person for sure who deserves a contract and should get one, and Brandon Aubrey. Pickens, it all depends on price, honestly. So, but we'll see how that's going.
Would you trade Pickens for a 2nd round pick?
I don't like these questions, Paul.
I know the answer is yes.
If we're not gonna pay him, then yes.
I mean, we're not gonna pay him.
If we're gonna pay him, I would like to keep him because him and Lamb have such a great connection, and also just knowing you have someone other than Lamb. Because, like I said, I've talked about many times, Jalen Tolbert was gonna be your number 2. I wanted Tedorow and McMillan terribly, but as soon as I saw his draft, him go 9th, and we draft Booker 12th, I was like, oh no, Jalen Tolbert's your number 2, and I felt horrible.
Yeah, I want nothing more than to re-sign Pickens, but of everybody that I've heard, Mike, Brian Broaddus, it just doesn't sound like that's even a thought that the Cowboys are having.
Well, I don't think either side is right now. I think Pickens right now probably is thinking he probably wants to stay in Dallas just for the simple way of how people are treating him.
Yeah.
But he wants to make sure he can get the biggest bag possible. So they already signed a deal with Lamb out. He pops off for the next 2 or 3 weeks. You go, holy crap! Pickens is murdering right now.
These next 3 weeks are huge for him and his future.
Yeah. Or what if he gets 68 yards, 85 yards? Maybe one of the games he gets 100. You go, it's not bad and it's not terrible. And that's like, I'm not complaining. And then you go, okay. So like the contract would have looked good then. It's all perspective, but you never know. He seems happy, so I would guess he wants to be here. The Joneses is like, we'll give you $20 million, even though the offer should be like 32.
Man, I would not be happy if we paid him $32 million.
That's the market, man. That's what the market is.
Yeah, I don't know if that's his market, but I know that's the market. So, but that's a conversation for another day. Here we are with Paul's Patriot update. My God, man, another tough week for the Patriots receivers, as none of them had more than 30 receiving yards this week, and combined, they had a total of 78 receiving yards. The odds are looking more and more in your favor as far as that bet goes, which we have yet to decide on a punishment or what the wager is, but we'll come up with something.
It might go with our top 5, Paul. It might go with our top 5.
Oh man, I cannot drink an entire bottle of bourbon, so if that's what you're leaning towards, just
no one should, Paul. My God.
My buddy, shout out to Isaac, but every night it was not an entire bottle, but it was like at least a fifth in addition to beers and stuff like that of Jack Daniels every single night. Not kidding.
Dang.
Yeah.
My liver just hurt hearing that.
He was a drinker, man. Shout out to Isaac. No longer drinking, but still a good guy nonetheless. Here we are with one word. The Cowboys defense allowing 900 passing yards after 3 weeks is blank.
Laughable. Like I said, I'm at the acceptance part. I was so pissed yesterday that I woke up today. I'm like, okay. Like that's how I felt the Tyler Booker injury. Like I'll put on Twitter. Like also I'll say it now. I wish for a speedy recovery. You don't want injuries on anyone, much less your own players. But I kind of just laugh. I'm like, this is how it goes. Mm-hmm. Are you shocked? No.
This is just what it is to be a Cowboys fan, honestly.
Yeah. So it's just laughable.
I went with ridiculous. I mean, it's so pathetically bad. And 400 of those yards came to Russell Wilson, who can't even throw a touchdown or get to barely 100 passing yards against other defenses. Makes no sense, sir.
He threw the ball away on 4th and goal against the Chiefs. We lost to that. I like to point out
we had to go to overtime against that.
Yeah, I like to point out that week 1, Giants fans screaming for Jackson Dart. We're already thinking, oh, Russell Wilson's done. His career's gone. I'm sorry, dude. To week 2, like, is he back? Is he back? And now week 3, bring me Jackson Dart. There's chance MetLife for Dart. So like that's just so depressing. I can't wait for Caleb Williams to score like 14 total points against whoever the Bears play next week. That's just how it is.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like even Brian Dable wouldn't commit to Russell Wilson being the quarterback next week, or this week rather.
I wouldn't. Unless you play us every week, I wouldn't.
Yeah. Yep. Just how things can change in a matter of week here in the NFL. It's a 1 week season, man. 1 week league every week.
Yep.
All right, so here we are with top 5, and tonight we'll be doing our top 5 alcoholic drinks. I know you're a simple man, if I say, Brendan. So give us number 5 on your list, sir.
So you did save it, so now I have 4 that are mine, but I chose a 5th one. This 5th one is all my dad, because this is what he drinks now as like a normal like random drink. He drinks a lot of ranch waters. That's like he's go to like we're out in the pool.
That's a solid one, bro.
Or if we're going to a restaurant and he doesn't want to have like too much alcohol, he'll just get a ranch water. And I didn't know they were a thing till like 2 years ago, and now he's just like ordering them just like whatever. That's just like his go-to drink to make.
They're light, they're very refreshing, and they make you feel good after a couple. And they're, if you're not looking to get too messed up, I mean, they'll do the trick.
That is very fair. Like I said, it's just like every time he likes to chill. That's just what he's having. Like out in the pool. Yeah.
It's a good pool summer drink.
Yeah.
All right, number 5 on my list. I don't know if you've had this. I imagine maybe you have, but root beer and whiskey. It's a good home drink.
You're gonna learn very quickly that I don't use mixers.
Oh Lord, you're a man's
I'm
man.
I'm 22 years old and I'm 50 years old at the same time.
Yeah, hey, shout out to you, man. I don't think I could. I can barely take a shot of things nowadays, but to drink whiskey straight, and that's kudos to you, sir. Number 4 on my list, Brendan. Are you familiar with the establishment Torchy's Tacos?
Of course.
They have on Sundays. They have happy hour all day, and one of their things that they have on happy hour, if you want to, I guess it's part of the happy hour, but they do in-house sangrias, and they're $5. They won't even allow you to drink more than 2. All you need is 1.
Really?
Yeah.
I do gotta ask, Paul, what is your tolerance level for alcohol?
I have 3 drinks a week, but I could probably run through like a 6-pack of like a ranch water or Truly or something like that and be fine.
Oh no, I'm just asking because this is part of the conversation, like seeing like what drinks we're saying.
Yeah,
I think we're gonna learn that I may or may not be kind of Irish.
So what is your tolerance? Like, how many drinks of? I know you drink stronger stuff, but like, how many shots would you say you could take before you're like, okay, I need to stop?
I haven't really taken shots that much more.
Okay.
Like I usually.
You're not missing out on anything, just FYI.
No, I've done shots since I was 20, I think.
So long ago.
Well, that's 2 years ago. But so mainly, like my dad and I have the same rule: the 2-finger pour. So that's like what we'll do for our drinks and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do that. So before I need to stop, I'd probably say 3.
3 shots.
Well, 3 drinks.
3 drinks. Yeah, 3 2-finger pours. I got you.
Yeah.
So what is your whiskey of choice?
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay. It's 4 on your list. My bad.
You brought this up, which honestly I'm very thankful for because this list wouldn't have been much. I put Fireball because, like, dude, early on when we were just doing shots, I could down Fireball. Like, I remember one night I probably had like 12 or 13 shots.
Woo.
We were doing drinking games, and like my head was floating a little bit, but also I was looking at my friend Cooper. I was just looking at him, I'm like, I feel fine. I remember I woke up. We all woke up the next morning. Him and his girlfriend were just dying. Like, they're like, dude, my headache. I'm like, I feel great. I'm like, I'm ready to go home. I'm
chilling. That's crazy, man. I've had a lot of experience with liquor and beer and stuff, and I've had one too many bad experiences with liquor that I had to chill out. But in my heyday, like when me and my buddies had an apartment together, we played beer pong every night. We ran through at least 130 stone every night. So if that's saying anything,
dude, I don't know what happens. I'm not a coordinated person at all. I'm not. That's why I played linebacker. You have to hit a person, a big target. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
Dude, I start to drink. I get really coordinated. I can't, like, if we played just, I'm just going to say cup pong right now because without drinks, I would barely hit a cup. It would not be, dude, I start drinking. I'm an ace.
Yeah.
Until the cup still, like, starts, like, moving around and you go, oh, shoot, I can't really tell where it is. Dude, I'm an ace.
Yeah. That's usually how that stuff goes, man. Number 3 on your list, sir.
Have you seen the John Wick movies?
I have not. I know. Another franchise I got to get on, man. I know I'm the worst.
I lose faith in humanity a little more and more when we talk about movies, Paul.
Well, that's true. That's fair, man.
Okay, well, the main character Keanu Reeves plays is John Wick.
Yeah.
And his drink of choice is the bourbon Blanton's. And that is my number 3. It's dangerously smooth. Like, for the alcohol content, it's dangerously smooth. Like, I remember.
You said Blanton's?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I remember we were at my cousin's, like, grad party or whatever, and then I forgot what family member, like, my family's not that social. I feel like my dad and I are like the most social out of my family.
Mm-hmm.
And so like It was an evening party, so my family member brought Bland's. I didn't have anything I haven't eaten anything yet. I was just chilling there waiting to go home. And he brought it over and he's like, here, he's like, I have this. He's like, dude, this stuff's strong. I had a sip. I'm like, I don't feel anything. I was like, oh no. I'm like, this is my first sip. I didn't feel anything. Dude, this drink is gonna go bad. That's the only sip I had that night. And also, but in perspective, we talked about this before the show. I only drink on occasion. This makes me sound like I'm a complete alcoholic, but like I only drink on occasion. I haven't had a drink in like a month. And all.
Have you ever had sake?
No, I remember we went for my brother's 21st birthday. He had that, and then he was just having a horrible time afterwards. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't with him even being drunk. It's just like so. After seeing that, and my brother's 6.5 years older than me, so that like sat with me. I'm like, I'm good. That looks terrible.
As my nana always said, "R.I.P. Learn from others' mistakes, not your own."
Yeah. You got number 3.
Number 3. Are you familiar with the Moscow Mule?
That's what my mom drinks. That's like one of their actually my parents drink. That's like one of their go-tos.
I told you I would have like a sorority girl, very like womanly type of top 5. But yeah,
hey, that's not no Moscow Mule's not. Hey, that's not overtly crazy like that.
No, it's just funny that I thought you were going to say your dad, but no, you go right to your mom.
Well, because like my dad drinks more ranch waters now, but like usually they'll both make one a Moscow Mule and all that.
All right, do y'all have a liquor cabinet at the house?
Yeah.
Nice. How often do you pour something from there? Do you have your own bottle in there?
I have my own bottle in my closet.
Okay. So
my parents like for like Christmas and stuff, like we'll get my brother and I will both get the same drink, and he without knowing started drinking my stuff. So I was like, that sucks. I don't have money for alcohol, so like Christmas and all that stuff, this is the only time I get it. Yeah. And so I had to make sure I put it in a different area because it wasn't his fault. He legit thought he was drinking his, so like there's no shots fired at that. But he was doing that, so I was like, damn, I need to move my stuff. And so now it's just chilling back there.
Is it Blanton's?
It's Blanton's and one other one right now. It was 3, which we'll talk about in a minute. But I'll have a little story with the other one.
All right, number 2 on my list, sir. I imagine that you've heard of and that for sure have eaten there. I'd imagine, but Papado, you've heard of that place? You've eaten there?
Yeah, not forever, but yeah.
Yeah, they have a drink there. Again, another frozen fruity drink called the Swamp Thing, and I'm not sure. Again, I think it's like you have maybe a limit of 2. They can't serve you more than 2. But if you like frozen drinks and you like them to taste like fruit, not alcohol, that's right up your alley.
My brother would really like that.
Yeah,
that's what
is he a margarita type of guy?
Oh yeah, easily.
Love margaritas, man.
I'm too picky, man. Like I say, like the drinks I'm saying, of course you're here, all this hard alcohol. Like, oh, then how could you like this? I'm like, I can stand. Like, I go for the more I can like stand size. I'm like, you know what, this flavor's not bad, but then it's also getting you to where you want to go. You're like
Ron from Parks and Rec. That's who you are.
Dude, I gotta eat a 72-ounce steak.
Yeah. Only eat meat, no veggies.
Dude, it's so funny with how picky I am. My family didn't think I was gonna drink at all. They're like, oh, we don't gotta worry about him. Like, he's fine. And then I'm just drinking bourbon and whiskey this entire time.
Have you ever drank so much that you got drunk and threw up?
We'll get to.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay, you said you had a story. My bad. Number 2 on your list, sir.
So the first drinks I really started getting into is Maker's Mark. It's whiskey.
Oh yeah, I've had my experiences with that.
And so Cooper for Christmas got me French oaked Maker's Mark, and damn, is it good! Oh my gosh, was it good? And so this was before I truly learned to like portion control myself, because so I'm drinking this much harder stuff. My friends aren't. So we're having a whole game night. And also my friend, she doesn't like to really look at how she pours. So I said 2 fingers. How about a full red Solo cup? How about that difference for whiskey? And so I'm drinking without thinking, playing games. And by the time I had four full cups of whiskey. And so I wasn't thinking anything of it. You know, I was talking about how I'm an ace at beer pong until the cups start moving.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand. I was just watching the cup go do this, and I'm like, nah. And so
after 4 solo cups of whiskey, I can't imagine anybody being able to stand up.
So yeah, it goes. So I fall asleep on the couch. Well, I don't fall asleep on the couch. Before I fall asleep, I can tell I need to go to the bathroom. So I just start getting my way there, go down to the floor, and I'm just going.
Pray to the porcelain gods.
Oh yeah, and then I black out. I wake up again to move my legs because they fell asleep. Black out again. They have a Ring camera. They see me just get out of the bathroom, see 4 lights. I keep trying to hit a button. I finally did, and you see me on the couch.
Nice. Very, very nice. I know we all have stories like that. All right, here we are, Brendan. Number 1 on your list, sir.
This is my favorite. Like, this is why I go to restaurants, and it's Woodford Double Oak. Dude.
Oh, okay.
What I mean, I haven't gotten messed up on this, so I can drink this without being in pain and thinking bad thoughts. It's just so good. It's super smooth. If you go out to dinner and you're just chilling out, it's really great. The first time I had it, my parents and I went to like a nice restaurant. Dude, I had Woodford, so I had bourbon and steak.
Oh man,
dude, the combo.
Yeah.
The combo. Cooper didn't believe me until he came out with us one time, and he goes, "Dude, I was so wrong to judge you." I'm like, "I know. This is the move this entire time." It's just good.
Until you experience it, you don't understand how like alcohol and food can pair so well until you have it.
Oh, easily. But like I said, like this is like it's an actual sipper. Like, I'll drink 2 normal pours, and I'm chilling. Nice little buzz.
Yeah. Very, very nice. I know I had my first experience like that with a food and wine pairing when I was doing in training to be a server, and I had a wine and a chicken dish, and I'm like, oh my God, man, I can't believe how well they complement each other, but how well they also elevate each other.
That's so good, man.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Number 1 on my list, another fruity drink, the margarita swirl. It's like sangria and margarita, frozen margarita mixed together. It's
have you ever had the Cowboy Rita? Dude, the Uncle Julio's is just underrated in general. I know we've talked about that like months ago. Uncle Julio's is just underrated in general. It's so good. Have you had the Cowboy Rita?
Like elite, dude.
Have you had the Cowboy Rita?
No, what is that?
It's just a big ass thing. My cousin got it when we were at one of the games last year. She's like, "This sucks. There's so much." And then that's all Jay Tuck talks about. Every time he goes to a game, that's all he's talking about is the Cowboy Rita. It's not my kind of drink. Of course, we've seen what my kind of drinks are, but like that's all.
No juice on your list, my friend.
No, we go for the stuff, man.
I'm kind of surprised that you even had ranch water. Now that hear the rest of your list.
Like I said, it's not something I would truly go for, but with the top 5, like go into drinks. My dad raves about it.
Yeah,
so
it's worth raving about. It's smooth, it's refreshing, it's nice on a hot summer day. Well, sir, I'm glad that we could end this conversation on a good note. Nothing too good to talk about as far as the Cowboys go this week.
No, honestly, I'm in a much better mood. I'm in a much better mood than I thought I was going to be. Honestly, I thought it was going to be like I said, no anger anymore. You can't be angry because that means you're shocked about something. Like, it's just whatever. I think every Sunday I'm going to get pissed. And every Monday, it's just going to be like this.
We get to let it all out, and then we get to have a fun discussion at the end of the show.
Yeah, no, this was great. It's always a pleasure to be on here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, before we get you out of here, Brendan, where can we find you on Twitter?
You can find me at Brendan_Smith26.
I am Paul Ryan. You can find me on Twitter at Paul_Ryan15. We appreciate you joining us, and we will see you guys next week.